We got ourselves Best Buy over on the team one together with Reverence. On the back, we got Sensei. We got Snot. Literally named Snot. And Chicago leading that team versus Arcarus over on the team 2 with Bakey up first. CB Zeus at the back. We got Sensei chilling on the Alliance Mage as well as Wolsberg. We got Bakey going to be first up versus Reverence, the Feral Druid. Not playing the Necrolord, so most likely. Big Wombo combo Night Fae. Going to open over for Reverence. Does not go for Convoke just yet. Spinning while stunned. How does that happen? Into a quick fear. Going to be Bakey trinket out of it. Skull Bash him is going to go for a stun on the pet real quickly as a Mortal Coil comes out. Bakey almost getting hit with a fear. Is going to get a leap. Re-engaging with Reverence. Trying to root the secondary pet. Going to be the Tyrant joining the fight. And Bakey is going to use Soul Shape in order to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Thorns is up. Is going to try to get a Skull Bash versus Reverence. That's going to be a quick re-stun as Reverence trying to get himself a full decimated bolt up and running. Stun by the Felguard, knocking down that axe over Bakey's head. Quick fear fears Bakey out in a random direction. Reverence does perch up in a position on top of the tombstone, sending out decimated bolts. Could be massive demon bolts to follow. Do they have the procs? Getting the big decimated bolt, demon bolts back to back to back. Blasted at Bakey's health, but Bakey is trying to bear through the damage, literally in bear form. Mortal Coil again said add the Druid with the shackles of malediction. Bakey needs to find a way to break the shackle using a stun in order to break up the chain. As Bakey gets hit with an axe toss yet again. Reverence Fleshcraft is still holding strong. So far, Bakey has played it very, very defensively. Is going to have to get really aggressive, burn through a Fleshcraft, and make some damage happen at one point or another. Fear trying to come out by the Warlock. Going to be a Skull Bash. Almost gets it by Bakey. Quick silence on the Bakey. Does actually end up mauling the Felguard pet. Is going to be Reverence popping a wall. Summoning fresh new Felguard with a Fleshcraft to follow. Quite a big defensive cooldown committed. Bakey looking for that reset. Getting hit with a stun around the corner. Reverence should have line of sight. Bakey does get himself a re-stealth either way. Stun onto Reverence with a rake. Sinking in the claws. Letting the bleeds rain. But the marble, the green marble, the shield of undeath still surrounds Reverence, making sure that their health does not get touched. The shield sacrifices itself to keep the Warlock alive. Bakey seeing the Felguard as well as the Tyrant joining in. The Tyrant literally just running circles. It's actually finally trying to get casted to Bakey as it is an obelisk down to get faster attack speed, but also faster caster for all the pets of Reverence as well as Reverence himself trying to make the most damage happen here. Bakey getting hit with an axe toss is going to be Soul Shape as Reverence gets hit with the root for a second. Trying to go for a health funnel. Keeping his Felguard alive as best as possible. Bakey looking for that recovery. So far, Bakey been on the back paw this whole time. The Felguard still continuing to storm at Bakey. Maybe an interrupt right here for Cyclone. Looks like no interrupt. Bakey gets himself yet another reset. The resets for this guys has been a constant reset over and over. Reverence has in a Tyrant backup. So you could potentially make a play with a Tyrant here. He just needs to make sure this line of sight. Also needs to make sure that Bakey is not in stealth for this one. Going to be a full channel for the pet heal. Just trying to make sure the pet is live and healthy. Could Bakey interrupt that pet heal? Is that a shadow spell? I don't know if it is or isn't. Quick roar into Reverence. Cyclone onto the secondary pet. And Bakey with a stun into Convoke right now. Trying to do the most damage to that Convoke. Massive damage into Reverence. Actually almost taking him out. Does he have a Skull Bash into a stun into Bakey? No more Trinket. Fear onto Bakey. Decimated Bolt into the Druid. Reverence super low in health. Does Bakey just end it right here? Huge turnaround by the Druid. Trying to get the big bites into Reverence. Big leap. Bash. Does he have the bite? Bakey actually does end up coming on top. Oh my goodness. The turnaround by this Druid versus the Warlock. It felt like he was behind the whole game until he got the right proc, the right setup, and just monstrously savaged down the Warlock the whole time. He's got to be playing the 2-minute Convoke, right? This has to be. Best Buy up next, another Druid. Not played Necrolord, so I'm going to guess a Kyrian. Best Buy just charging to Bakey. Trying to get him dotted up. Trying to give some pressure rolling. What kind of a shoulder is that, actually? Ooh. Oh, that's the WOD one. Cyclone onto Best Buy is going to trick it out of it. Does he go for a big burst? Going to be Bakey bailing out of this. Switching forms. Best Buy right on top of him with that Kyrian burst. That's going to be yet another clone for Bakey. Does he get to use it? He does. Burst for the Kyrian Best Buy. Just kind of goes out of the window a little bit. This way he needs to have the most amount of resources as well as a bunch of star surges with that Kyrian setup. It is quite a lot of damn. Trying to get a Cyclone onto Bakey is going to be able to get a quick one. As Best Buy trying to keep the dots rolling. Raz are up. This is a really fast casting, by the way. That's going to be a big incarnation available. Big Convoke by Bakey. No way for him to get interrupted. Best Buy gets a quick roar at the last second. Shackles Malediction. Does Bakey stop it? He does have a main for it. Needs to go for a heal. Cyclone, try not to get hit with a solar beam. Is going to be able to recover with a frenzy regeneration. Best Buy on his tail, on his trail. Quick reopener by Bakey. At least able to get some dots and maybe a bite or two. Best Buy is going to go for frenzy regen, some health recovery of his own. And Bakey putting the pressure, putting some really putting in a lot of hurt into the guy. Psycho trying to come out. So it's going to be a Shadow Melt for Best Buy. Shadow Melt for Bakey trying to get a restone opener to Best Buy. Didn't quite get one. No more Skull Bash. He's going to get cloned. Best Buy actually able to catch up with a bit of healing. Trinket for Bakey. Skull Bashing on that eel. Best Buy back in bear form. Do they have a frenzy regen? Best Buy, if you have any burst right now, this would be the perfect time to do it. I'm pretty sure he has a Kieran burst back up. It's going to get regrossed as Bakey finally lets off for a moment. And Best Buy looks to stay in bear form. Frenzy regen. Bakey reopening on him with a big Convoke. Could it be enough right here? Best Buy, does he have an answer? He does have a roar. Knocking Bakey back a second. Hibernate is going to power shift out of it. Regrowth available for Best Buy. Cyclone to follow. Skull Bash is a clone. And Bakey with another bite. Best Buy needs a heal right now. Needs to see right now. Is going to get a Cyclone to Bakey as he got caught on a pixel. Bakey just got caught in a little pixel there. Best Buy. Is he actually just done? Bear form. He just literally waited. Maybe he was completely out of mana. I think he got nothing else. Bakey taking him out. With Snot gonna be up next. That's a Convoke for Convoke. Big damage to the Bakey. Doesn't take him out just yet. Bakey narrowly surviving it. Cyclone to Snot does not trinket it. Snot should probably know that if he trinkets, Bakey is probably gonna have a big old Convoke. Basher to Bakey. Does Snot do anything? Bash by Bakey. Do they go for Convoke? Trinket out of Snot. Bakey might be in a good situation. Shackles. And it looks like Bakey is going to soul shape out of it to just break that chain with distance. Trying to go for a regrowth. Snot might go for a re-heal himself. Looks like Snot gets over reset. Bakey is also reset. He is going to be out of health for a second. He's going to land a Moonfire to Snot to make sure the other feral does not get a reset properly. Skull Bash by Snot has a lot of damage ready. Bakey just has to wait until the stun TRs are off. Thorns is up in a quick roar onto Snot with a Cyclone. Maybe does he get it? He does get it. This is going to be in cat form. Try to recover it. Next Convoke by Bakey could be huge. He just needs to make sure he gets it. Stun opener onto Snot. Does he do enough damage? Big Convoke. Massive bites. Snot super low. It's going to be a wall. Looks like Bakey taking him out. So far, Bakey has been putting these boys in the bakery. Taking big bites out of these boys. Eating them like a snack, dude. Actually so good. Sensei catching him with a spinning crane kick is going to land a BDB burst and a Bakey. Could trick out of it. Quick roar as a guardian druid, bear form druid. As Bakey looking for a bit of a reset. I don't think the swarm does anything, does it? I think it's just cosmetic. Yeah, just cosmetic. Imagine if that thing kept you out of stealth somehow. That'd have been kind of lame, honestly. Sensei is going to have to go for a bit of a reset, though. A lot of his cooldowns just kind of went out of the window. Not to win, not Storm with Fire, but leg sweep as well as BDB. Quite a good portion of the setup. Definitely out of the window. Quick kick cap onto Bakey. Sensei does not have a stun for a moment. Fist of Fury flying into the thorns, taking a bit of damage of his own. Going for the forward brew, get himself a bit of a shield as well as health increases, damage reduction. Bakey looking for a bit of a reset. Regrowth, and we are hitting that 14-minute mark. 55% dampening, boys. Bakey so far has been the survivalist, but can he finish off here? Big Convoke as Sensei is going to trinket out of it. Immediate interrupter to Bakey, trying to make some counter pressure happen. Bakey with that wall is going to soul shape away from Sensei, trying to stay mobile. Zoed is back up on him. Try to stay in bear as best as he can. And then it's going to be a majestic stag leaping on top of the tombstone, recovering a bit of health. Thorns is up. Sensei is kind of out of cooldowns with Karma back up, trying to see if it might be able to kill him through Karma and BDB by itself. It might be enough potentially. Bakey just tried to avoid him as best as possible and used to wait until the next stun is up. Bakey running into the room with a quick regrowth. Sensei chasing after him. Jabbing right after. Quick main by Bakey does not go with the damage profile. Instead goes in for the Cyclone, looking for a reset. And he's definitely going to need himself a little bit of healing. Catch himself from line of sight. The Monk is going to go for a flesh cut. That is going to be quite a bit to burn through. And spinning crane kick is going to get the feral out in the open. Bakey needs to wait until the next DR for stun is up. Bakey might be in a bad spot, actually. Maybe overcommitted at low health whatsoever. Friends in region to keep him alive. Does Convoke the spirits to grow defensively, but oh my goodness, Sensei catches up to him. Slamming the feral down. Taking him out. Wolsberg is going to be up next. Getting a big old dots out of Sensei. Flayed shot. Dots are up. Stun to follow. No DR. He's gonna eat a couple of grenades, maybe kill shots. That's a massive damage out of the survival hunter. With Sensei without a calmer or big defense, has committed a lot into the feral. He does go down. Chicago's the last one left as an elemental shaman. We are at 15, almost 60 minutes into this duel, 65% dampeners. So don't rely on any kind of normal heals anymore. Lasso. Wolsberg goes for a... Wait, did Chicago lasso the pet? Because Wolsberg got a muzzle in there. How did you get a muzzle on that lasso? That would have been a full stun. Chicago taking loads of damage. Massive kill shots coming through. Raptor strikes are just doing work. The pet's doing quite a bit of damage. Missed kill shots are just so brutal. And Chicago, I think, came out, but he needs healing. He needs survivability. He needs to be able to heal and no dampening behind it. Massive damage out of Wolsberg. Chicago also super low on health. Lightning Lasso, wait, did it turn around on the Hunter? The Hunter's extremely low. Lava Burst flying. Do they get it? The Chicago's continue to heal its as much as they can. Wolsberg at least gets some dots free. If it's going to be freezing trap on the Earth Elemental into a stone into Chicago. Trick inside of it. Chicago, do they have enough? And look, Chicago wins at the very end. Narrowly escapes out of there. Narrowly survives it into a chain harvest. Just to get whatever healing they can at 75% dampening. 71% dampening. What's up next? Is it CBCUs? Is it Arcarus? Because Bakey kind of came out and kind of just showed everybody that he's the alpha cat for the evening. Huge. Chicago is gonna have to fight Arcarus. I mean, at this point, you got no healing, 72% dampening. Like, if as much as you try to heal, you can only get so much. IBF really already out of Arcarus. Chicago trying to go for a knockback, but Death's Advance keeping him firmly footed to the ground. Silence of the Chicago, not much they can do. Surrounded by the army of the undeath. And that's all you can do. Down the go. Man, Bakey, dude. Oh, Bakey left. I can't even see his damage. Bakey, though, barely surviving, but bursting out of people. Absolutely insane. It's actually coming back with a burst out of nowhere, dude. The big Convoke just relying, believing in Convokes.